Marilyn Monroe said, she said what? She said, okay, anything she says is nice, right? So she said, it is imbecilic of women, it is imbecilic, I'm surprised she even got that word, it's imbecilic of women to aim to be equal to men. They should aim better. Right. Of all the things she said, I think this made sense to me. Okay? I tell this to my daughters, but I don't say it's Marilyn Monroe because they don't need to know. Okay? Yeah. Because ultimately, women who just want to be equal to men are just aiming too low. Women who want to be better than men, then that is the women that we want. And these were the exemplary women of the mothers of the believers and these people who completed the Iman. They weren't happy with simply being how their husbands were, no. Or being like any other person, no. They said, I'm going to beat that man. I'm going to be better than him. I'm going to be more knowledgeable than him. I'm going to build a better home than him. I'm going to raise a scholar in my home that is better than him. And I'm going to build a leader in my home, a Salahuddin in my home that is going to be better than this leader. Right? That's how she says. And you have that ability. You don't have to be that yourself. You can achieve it through your children. And by Allah, you can achieve it whilst you are happy, lying on your bed asleep by Allah, and your child is conquering the earth with his knowledge and his wisdom and his greatness, and you are the recipient of all that reward whilst you are lying in the belly of the grave. Walhamdulillah. Brothers and sisters, Jazakallah khair. I hope that inshallah you all benefit from this, and that you take this example and then you change your lives and you become truly the pearls that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala describes exemplary women to be. Jazakallah khair.
Any questions? Yes, there is.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Shabana. MashaAllah, I have to thank you for such an inspiring speech. I am truly inspired, and inshallah I will get one of those women mentioned. I have a very short question. It's about the stories of the Prophet wives, peace be upon him, which you taught earlier. I believe that this thing is focused more on the Prophet, peace be upon him, and their relationships with him as well. For example, Sayyidatina Khadija, she is known to be a Prophet, the greatest spiritual, emotional, and material supporter. But she is also known to be a renowned businesswoman who employed the young Prophet at that time and then got married to him. So my question is, after their marriage, you can see that the details were scarce except for the children she had and the reaction that she had to the Prophet's revelation. So my question is, I would like to know how did Khadija actually manage to become a successful businesswoman, given the fact that during the time, many newborn girls were actually buried alive. So the fact that Khadija actually became a successful businesswoman, how she actually grew about doing it.
Excellent. Jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khair. The sister articulated her question quite eloquently, alhamdulillah. And the question is that, and the point that she made is very, very pertinent, is that you can be a fantastic believer of Allah Azza wa Jalla and complete your Iman while still being a exceptional businesswoman as well. And the exceptional her exceptional business expertise was shown by the fact that she used to choose the best of people to work with her. And of course that's why she actually chose Rasulullah to actually work for her as well, and to manage her affairs as well. And that actually shows a level of business expertise when you can choose the best people to work for you, and that you can attract the best of people to do business for you. Khadija radiallahu anha had a very helpful family. Her uncle, who was a well-known academic at that time, I've forgotten his name now. If someone can remind me of the name of the uncle of Khadija. No, not Hakim. Waraq ibn Nufail, that's it. Waraq ibn Nufail, radiallahu anhu, was a man who was an exceptional academic, as well as a very different sort of person when it came to women and helping Khadija and her sisters excel. And Waraq ibn Nufail was the one that actually Khadija would rely on, would ask for support and advice. And it was really the support of a man like Waraq ibn Nufail that allowed Khadija radiallahu anha to actually excel in her business and to do what she did. So it was Waraqah who was also the same man that Khadija took Rasulullah to and asked, Ya Rasulullah, let me ask what your cousin, what your nephew has just seen. And Rasulullah told about Jibreel coming down, and this angel came down and said that. And then Waraq ibn Nufail said, this is Namus, this is the same angel that came to Musa alayhi salam. And then he said, I wish, Ya laytani kuntu jaz'an, I wish I was a young camel, meaning young body, when your people will throw you out. And so Rasulullah said, is my people going to throw me out? Yes, your people will throw you out. Ibn Hajar said this narration from Waraq ibn Nufail is an evidence that Waraqah was a believer. And he was one of the first to believe in Rasulullah, and so Waraq ibn Nufail is in Jannah, inshallah. So Waraq ibn Nufail was one of those guys who actually had a very good upbringing upon Khadija radiallahu anha, which was what was responsible for Khadija being able to do what she did. And many of the noble women, wasn't just Khadija, many of the noble women at that tribe also used to, at that time, also used to deal with in tijara as well, in business and trade. Khadija radiallahu anha was not the exception. She was just a number of women, she was part of a number of women that actually used to do business at that time. So yes, there were some group of women that were also killed, you're right, but they were not, it wasn't the norm. The norm wasn't that they would kill the baby girls. It was really certain tribes that would excel in that sort of thing. It was the Bedouin Arabs, for example, that used to excel in killing. It wasn't the norm that all women would be killed. Rather, it was from certain tribes, the lower levels of society, that would then excel in killing their female children. Allah knows best. Rest were very different, alhamdulillah.